Hi, my name is Rhiannon, and I am originally from Houston, Texas. This is my 6th year here in Korea now. I'm currently studying for my master's degree at Yangdong University in Seoul. And so I would say that I know about Korean culture, especially academically, due to my degrees, but also just from having lived here for 6 years, I know it kind of firsthand a bit. But I've really only gotten to explore historical sites, mostly in Seoul, and not really outside in different cities, especially lesser known cities. So this will be my first time here at Hahoe Village and at Yangdong Village. I'm really excited to see kind of how tradition is maintained and preserved, but also like how they contend with the idea of UNESCO and tourism. And I kind of am excited to see like where the line between tourism and education and I guess living in the modern day in a preserved village like is drawn, or if there even is a line.
My name is Cecile and I'm from France. I attended language school for 2 years before majoring in international studies at Hahoe University. Before I knew it, 6 years had passed and I am now in my senior year. I remember going to the folk village in Yangdong near Seoul years ago, but it's more of a tourist experience for foreigners to experience life in Joseon. Although they do have a lot of houses from all over Korea, like traditional houses they relocated and renovated. It's not the same as seeing a traditional Korean folk village in its original place and with the people still living there. So I'm looking forward to visiting Hahoe and Yangdong folk village for the first time and seeing those villages as they are and how people still live there and adapt to those like traditional houses in our modern life, as well as seeing how it compares to this traditional educational park and people's daily lives there and their relation to tourists as a UNESCO site.
Hello, I'm Lara. I'm from Germany and I'm currently majoring in sociology and international studies at Ewha Women's University, and I've been living in Korea for almost 4 years now. Growing up in Europe, I've always been surrounded by traditional landmarks and historical buildings, but it does feel quite different compared to Europe here in Korea, since their traditional villages are really tied to more nature and family lineage. So I find it quite fascinating. In Seoul, I've visited traditional places like the Bukchon Hanok village, but it is more like within the busy city. So it felt more like a small window stepping into history rather than the whole experience itself. I am very excited because this will be my first time visiting Hahoe and Yangdong Village. So I'm especially looking forward to how the people in the village live like and also how it has been preserved over the years. I think it's so important to preserve villages like these since they are living memories of the past, spaces where culture, architecture, and community have been meeting for generations and have been preserved for generations, which is really special. So in a fast-changing world, they just remind us where we all come from, and I think it is really important to keep those memories and preserved forever. So visiting Hahoe Village and Yangdong Village kind of feels like a chance to slow down and visit the more older parts of Korea. I'm hoping that this visit will not only teach me about Korean heritage, but will also make me reflect of our past and how we can continue to preserve our past memories in our modern lives.
My name is Warali and I'm from Thailand. I'm currently majoring in international studies and minoring in global Korean studies at Ewha Women's University. I've always enjoyed traveling Korea and learning about its history and culture, and like a lot of people, I've also visited famous traditional places like Bukchon Hanok Village. I was also lucky enough to visit Jeonju Hanok Village and also the Gyeongju Gyochon Village. I think it's really fascinating to see how well preserved the buildings are, as well as how the traditional coexists very harmoniously with the modern in these spaces. This will be my first time visiting Hahoe and Yangdong Village, and unlike the previous villages that I mentioned, they are very much further away from the city and less impacted by industrialization and urbanization, so I think it will really be a new and unique experience. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing what life really is like in a traditional, authentic folk village, and also seeing the beautiful scenery of the countryside and learning more about clan villages from the Joseon dynasty.
And so, with hearts full of excitement and anticipation, we set off on a journey to the countryside in the middle of summer. After 2.5 hours on the KTX and another half-hour taxi ride, we finally arrived at our first destination, Yangdong Village. This beautiful village, home to the Wolseong-sun clan and the Yeogang-i clan, is nestled on the ridges of Mount Sartang in Gyeongju City, far from the bustling downtown area. The Sun clan began with Sunso, who settled in the hometown of his wife in the early Joseon period in the 15th century, thus marking the start of Yangdong Village. The Yi clan, on the other hand, was founded by Yi Bon, who married the eldest daughter of Sunso. In the Joseon era, it was common practice for married men to settle in the homes of their wives. Producing prominent figures such as Sun Chung-don, a high-ranking government official, and Lee Eun-jeok, a prominent Confucian scholar, Yangdong emerged as an elite clan village in the late 15th and early 16th centuries. However, by the late 17th century, sons-in-law and maternal descendants were stripped of inheritance rights and excluded from ancestral rights, leading the village to evolve into a patriarchal clan-based community. For a long time, the Sun and Yi clans have served as the two main pillars of the village, working for the development of their community through friendly competition. The harmonious coexistence of two distinct clans within a single village for over 500 years is an exceptional case. It was scorching hot at midday around the time we arrived, so before we began exploring the village, we decided to fill up our energy. Choon Sikdang is one of just 4 restaurants in the village, conveniently located near the entrance. As soon as we entered, we were greeted by the restaurant's most charming host. We learned from the restaurant owners that her name is Wing Wing and assumed that she was named after the unique sounds she makes. We went ahead and ordered a set menu that consisted of 된장찌개, 소고기 볶음, steamed eggs, and yeonnippap, the star of the meal. Yeonnippap is a traditional Korean dish in which glutinous rice, grains, chestnuts, and jujubes are wrapped and steamed inside a lotus leaf. It originated from the packed lunch that monks had as they used to wrap rice in a lotus leaf, since lotus leaf's natural antimicrobial properties helped keep the rice fresher for longer, particularly in the hot and humid summer. After enjoying our meal, we sat down with the owner of the restaurant who kindly agreed to share his story with us. Let's hear what he had to say.
나는 양동마을에서 원래 양동마을이 고향이고 여기서 계속 살고 있는 이석진입니다. 나도 이거 유튜브를 하는데 유튜버인데 내 채널은 양동할배. 주로 나는 이제 내 생활의 기록을 남기는 의미, 또 우리 손자 손녀 자라는 과정 이런 걸 내 취미 생활 이런 걸 많이 올려놨습니다. 우리 마을에 이렇게 관광객이 많이 오니까 요즘은 관광객들도 와서 맛있는 음식을 먹고 식당이 있어야 편의가 제공되니까 그 관광객 편의 위함이고 뭐 나도 생계 수단으로 또 해야 되니까 식당을 하는 거죠.
그러면 장사하신 지 얼마나 되셨어요?
25년 됐어요. 아무래도 유네스코 세계유산으로 지정되니까 이렇게 이제 외국 사람들도 많이 오고 또 요즘 글로벌 시대에 맞춰서 또 외국 사람들 취향에도 맞춰서 해주려고 노력하고 있죠. 유네스코가 지정되고 바로 되고 한 2, 3년 정도는 방문객이 굉장히 많이 늘었었는데 지금 유네스코 지정된 지가 한 15년 정도 세월이 흐르니까 지금은 지정되기 전보다도 오히려 더 줄었어요.
외국인 관광객들도 많이
네, 외국인 관광객은 계속 증가하는 추세입니다. 우리 마을은 이제 두 성시, 손시, 경주 손시와 여강이시의 종가가 아직도 있고 또 현재까지 종손이 살고 있습니다. 한 마을의 시족 사회에서 종갓집이 계속적으로 500년 동안 유지되는 것은 우리 전국에서도 이렇게 유래를 찾기가 힘들고 그렇게 하다 보니까 지금 현재 주민들이 이제 고령화돼서 거의 나이가 많은데 젊은 사람이 별로 없거든요. 아직은 우리 마을에 조선 시대의 그런 옛날 선비 정신 이런 게 살아 있습니다. 동양 철학에서 그 공자는 선비라고 표현을 합니다. 근데 맹자는 대장부라고 표현해요. 그건 이제 그 우리 서양의 젠틀맨하고 같은 의미입니다. 그래서 우리 양동마을은 아직까지 이제 그 사회적 책임, 쉽게 말하면 약자를 도와줄 줄 알고 이렇게 남들한테 내가 이렇게 멋을 부리고 폼을 잡는 것이 아니고 그 가진 사람, 그 배운 사람으로서 이렇게 기득권을 유지를 하는 것이 목적이 아닌 사회가 이렇게 평안하게끔 사회적 책임을 가진 사람. 그래서 우리 마을에는 아직 그런 전통 이런 게 많이 남아 있고 조상들을 아직까지도 이제 굉장히 존경하고 이렇게 이제 조상들을 위한 그런 여러 의식 뭐 이런 문화가 아직도 살아 있습니다. 지금 사회에 그 여행을 가거나 뭐 이렇게 우리 갔을 때 가장 중요한 것이 이제 그 볼거리, 즐길거리, 뭐 포토존 이런 시설 같은 것도 중요하잖아요. 그죠? 그러면은 이제 우리 마을은 그 문화재 보호구역으로 지정이 되어 있습니다. 그 문화재 보호법에 의해서 이게 지켜지고 있기 때문에 요즘 시대와 맞지 않는 그런 법규가 많이 적용이 됩니다. 그래서 현실과 이 법 사이에 그런 갈등, 괴리 이게 굉장히 많아요. 그래서 그런 걸 규제를 조금 이렇게 완화해서 그 오는 사람들의 그 욕구에 맞게끔 그런 시설이나 이런 걸 할 수 있고 자꾸 옛날 방식 그 뭐 1950년대, 60년대 생활 방식을 고집을 하다 보니까 주민들의 삶의 질이 자꾸 낮아지는 겁니다. 그리고 이제 미래를 생각하면은 양동마을의 가장 큰 가치는 이겁니다. 500년 동안 같은 시족들이 대를 이어서 살고 있어요. 근데 이제 아쉽게도 우리 아들도 지금 서울에서 직장 다니고 있고 저 옆집 아들도 뭐 대구에서 직장 다니고 부산에 가 있고 대도시로 가 있고 나도 나이가 많아요 지금. 그 거의 내가 우리 마을에서는 젊은 편인데 우리 대로서 이 마을이 이제 대를 이어서 사는 것이 이제 끊어진다는 겁니다. 그래서 어떤 정부에서 특단의 조치를 해서 젊은 사람들이 살 수 있는 여건을 조성을 하지 않는 한 우리 양동마을의 가치는 이제 현저하게 떨어진다. 그 미래가 그것이 이제 나는 제일 걱정되는 게 그겁니다. 그래서 그런 거를 조금 이제 큰 차원에서 뭐 한국에도 뭐 정부에서도 나서야 되고 인류학자들도 나서야 되고 사회학자들도 좀 생각을 해야 되고 그래서 그것이 가장 아쉽고 개선되어야 될 과제입니다. 앞으로 과제. 우리 양동마을에는 오면은 자연 경관이 굉장히 아름답다라는 표현보다는 아주 푸근한 고향 같은 느낌입니다. 그래서 이런 현재 살고 있는 주민들은 불편하지만은 하루 정도 와서 하루 스테이하는 그런 굉장히 힐링이 되고 굉장한 그 옛날 향수도 불러일으키고 굉장히 좋습니다. 그래서 도시에서 그 복잡한 데서 머리가 복잡하고 스트레스 받을 때는 양동마을에 와서 이 시원한 그늘 밑에서 하루 정도 이렇게 힐링하고 쉬어가는 그런 의미로 오면은 굉장한 이 마음의 위안, 그 고향을 방문한 것 같은 그런 느낌을 받습니다. 관광지에 가서 뭐 물놀이장도 있고 뭐 그런 시설이 있는 데보다 조용하게 정말 옛날 모습 그대로 있는 데서 힐링을 하고 가시기 바랍니다.
After the insightful conversation with the restaurant owner, we finally set out to explore the village. It is said that in Yangdong, there are approximately 160 traditional homes, including thatched roof houses dating back 500 years. The homes of clan leaders and noble families sit high on the hills, enjoying sunlight and scenic views, while those of commoners and servants are situated on lower ground near the village entrance. The first house we visited was the Songchom Head House, also known as Sobekdang House, which is the head house of the Son clan, built by Sonso in the 15th century and still used up until today, as the house is passed down among the successors of the family lineage. Songchom is also the oldest residential building in Yangdong Village. Located on the highest hill in the village, the location of this house has been considered auspicious according to Korean geomancy or pungsu, and there is a prophecy that it would be the birthplace of 3 great men. To date, 2 great men, Son Jungdon, Sonso's second son, and Lee Yeonjok, one of Sonso's grandsons, have been born here. The third one is yet to come, and villagers are anticipating his birth. In the courtyard of the house, just in front of the ancestral shrine, also known in Korean as sadang, is a large juniper tree which is said to have been planted by Sonso around the same time the house was built, meaning it is over 600 years old. It has also been designated as a natural heritage of Gyeongsangbuk-do. The house is usually open every day, though it may occasionally be closed depending on the owner's personal circumstances. We were actually lucky enough to meet him during our visit, although he was already engaged in a conversation with another visitor, so we kept our interaction brief. The name Sobekdang literally means to write the Hanja character in, which means endurance, 100 times, implying that living as the head of the Son family means enduring complicated and difficult situations to maintain harmonious family relations. Reflecting on this, we thought it must have been difficult having to bear the burden of carrying on such a long-lasting legacy. Indeed, when asked in an interview with EBS documentary whether he feels pressured to maintain the house and his family's legacy, the descendant of the Son clan, who is the current owner of Sobekdang, mentioned that initially the responsibility weighed on him, but he now feels lighthearted and believes he has adapted and is doing a pretty good job. He also voices his hopes that the next generation would do the same. After spending some time at Songchom House, we continued our walk through the village, making our way to another home with its own story to tell, Mucheomdang House, the head house of the Yi clan and once the residence of the renowned scholar Lee Yeonjok.
Reporter Rhiannon here at Mucheomdang House. This is part of the sarangche, like a larger men's quarters, and it was used for multiple purposes, including a guest house, a resting place, and a library.
Built in the mid-16th century, this home is said to occupy one of the most auspicious sites in the village, along with Songchom Head House. Mucheomdang is divided into 2 sections. One is a private residence, where Lee Yeonjok's descendants still live today, and which is usually closed to the public. The other is the Pyeoldang, or guest house, which welcomed visitors during the Joseon dynasty and remains open for viewing. The Pyeoldang is especially notable for its numaru, a broad open-air room with railings that extend gracefully outward from the main structure. The name Mucheomdang literally means "do not disgrace your ancestors," a rather bold sentiment that we felt must have been a heavy burden on the generations of descendants who lived here. Yet, in contrast to the head of the Son family, the current head of the Yi clan shared in an interview that he does not feel burdened by the duty of preserving the head house. Instead, he expressed gratitude, both for the chance to live in this home without having done anything to deserve it, and for the house itself, which has stood resilient for over 500 years and still remains with us today. Since we visited the village in late July, the weather was very hot and humid. If you choose to visit the village in summer, remember to stay hydrated and don't forget to bring essentials like sunscreen, hats, fans, and water bottles to keep cool.
Which way?
I just realized I forgot to put on my hat, and my head is gonna be sunburned.
Yeah, same.
Oh my god.
Up we go.
Cooked.
Yes, I will carry a liter bottle.
How's it going down there?
Not good.
We moved from Mucheomdang to another house of the Yi clan, Yangdong House.
So this is Hyangdan. It is the biggest building in Yangdong. It was built in 1543 by Lee Yeonjok, and it was given to him by King Junjong to take care of his sick mother. Lee Yeonjok was the governor of Gyeongsangbuk until he became the mayor of what is now Seoul.
Hyangdan's structure is strikingly different from that of a typical upper-class house. It features a 행랑채, the servants' quarters, 안채, women's quarters, and 사랑채, men's quarters, all interconnected, along with 2 courtyards, an unusual layout for a traditional home. Because of this distinctive design, Yangdong stands out as one of the most prominent houses in the village and is immediately visible to visitors as soon as they enter the village. Not far from Yangdong is Gwanggajeong House, the residence of Son Jung-don, built in 1514. The name Gwanggajeong means a pavilion for watching grains grow, the idea behind this being that the land in front of the house was originally wide and open in a way that the picturesque view of the field and river could be seen. Son Jung-don passed the state examination at the age of 25 and served in various government posts. In 1515, he was granted the honorable title of Cheongbekni, meaning pure and untarnished official, in recognition of his integrity and virtue. And with that, our first day's journey came to a close. The following morning, we set out to visit the Allakjeong Study Hall, tucked away on the hillside just off from the heart of the village.
So we're at Allakjeong Study Hall. It is a study hall built by the Gyeongju clan in 1776, and it means a place for constant comfort and joy.
Indeed, one must have felt comfort and joy from being surrounded by lush greenery in such a tranquil setting.
I feel like no one has. Watch out for snakes. I don't. We have to check for what is it? Ticks. Yeah, ticks. Careful. Oh.
After the short retreat at Allakjeong, we met our guide for the day. Yangdong Village offers free guided tours in Korean, English, Chinese, and Japanese every hour from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., excluding the lunch break at 12 p.m., with no prior reservation required. The first stop of our tour was Simsujang Pavilion, the largest of the 10 pavilions in Yangdong Village. Built around 1560, it was later destroyed by fire and rebuilt in 1917. The pavilion was dedicated to Yeon-gwal, a scholar of the early Joseon period and younger brother of Yeon-jeok, who throughout his lifetime served his mother with great care and refused to take any official posts. This pavilion was actually used as the village's study hall before the Son and Yi clans established their own family study halls. The name Simsujang literally means a pavilion where one's mind can be as calm as water, capturing the very essence of the place. Standing there, surrounded by stillness, we felt very at peace. Just a short walk away stands Gangakdang, the Yi clan's study hall. Founded by Yi Yeonsang, a 9th-generation descendant of Yeon-jeok, it was first used as a place to teach his pupils and later expanded to honor him. From this place, you can witness the breathtaking view of Yangdong, one of the most unforgettable sights of our visit.
What did you find the most interesting from the tour?
For me, I think it was about the pillars, the fact that it's like round pillars, and they still went with it. And like more pillars was only for palace, and they still went with it because it was like locally middle of nowhere kind of. So that was very interesting.
I think the most interesting thing was about the idea, like there's a school up here, Gangakdang, for elementary school students, and it's up this massive hill, and the idea was that they have to go up the hill to like learn respect and to like work for like their like studies, like because the teacher's up there, so like you get respect for your teacher, and also like the mountain is supposed to be a brushstroke, so you're like supposed to be inspired by this like brushstroke, inspired to like create, study.
What about you guys? What did you find the most interesting about the tour?
I found most interesting how, which I didn't know, how they built this place with the wooden beam where they have a record. They keep a record where you will see when this place was built, like around what time it was built.
As for me, I already knew that Yangdong Village was established by the Son clan, and the Yi clan also moved in, but I didn't know that the Son clan's residences and houses were on the outer parts of the village and the Yi clans were on the inner side, so that was also interesting to find out.
As our tour came to a close, we wanted to hear more about our guide's thoughts about the village and how she came to choose her career, so we sat down for a short conversation with her.
I'm Daisy. Actually, my Korean name is Eun-hee Jang. I'm a tour guide. Actually, I started my job from 2010. and I'm working every other day, every other different places. And then today I'm working in Yangdong Folk Village. Back then, I was a student. I really loved to study English. So I want to use my English, but it's not easy to get a job related to it. And then I started to learn something, culture, something, and then I can use it. So I can be an English guide. I really enjoy this culture relics, and then I want to introduce it properly to foreign people. So letting them know is really rewarding part. So I can say my pride about my culture, how can I say, accurate, something I know, so I can share it. I'm just really happy to share it. Yes, these days, it's really, before COVID, there's a lot of group people from China and Taiwan, something very close countries, and America like that. But these days, Peru and Mexico and somewhere Spain, so it's really far from Korea. So they came to see Korea. So it's really touching. Because Korea is well, known to outside really much. It's really popular. When you travel around, there's a lot of things, very old, but sometimes, that thing is just, relic. But in this village, the village for the people. So this is authentic village for the people. So you need to be very cautious around looking around this area. So that is the really important thing. This is real village, not the commercial folk village like that. These days in Korea, we have so many relics, and then so many K-pop culture was popular. So if you have a chance, not just Seoul, not just Busan, the ancient history is full of, history you can enjoy it in Gyeongju. So Gyeongju had, pre-Buddhism era, Buddhism era, and Confucian culture also. So if you come to Gyeongju, you can see so many wide range of Korean traditional cultures here. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
After the interview, she was kind enough to buy us ice cream to battle the heat. It was so sweet of her. We were very touched. We sat under the shade of a tree beside the century-old store to enjoy our ice cream as we admired the entire landscape of Yangdong spread out before us. It was a simple, peaceful moment. This was definitely one of our favorite spots in the village. Before saying our final goodbyes to the village, we made one last stop at the cultural center located right in front of the entrance. This center offers information about the houses and traditions of Yangdong, and we'd actually recommend visiting here first if you want some background knowledge before stepping into the village itself. It was truly an honor to experience up close the remarkable and diverse array of traditional Korean architecture so carefully preserved here in Yangdong. Despite its international recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the village retains an authenticity that feels untouched by commercial tourism. The atmosphere is serene and deeply healing, a place where history and nature coexist in harmony. As we wandered along the quiet paths, it felt less like visiting a tourist destination and more like stepping into a living piece of Korea's cultural heritage.